Welcome to Recon, everybody. Today, we are going to be working on the telephone, doing something that we should be doing. It's lead generation with a smile. It's called circle prospecting. Welcome to Recon, which stands for Real Estate Conversations, where we not only teach you what to say, more importantly, we teach you how to think. Our coach today is Matt Sharp, and he's a pro at making outbound calls. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah,
So
guys.
I'm going to be running the control tower. For those people that are live, I'm going to look in here and see who's going to go first.
Got
And
Michael Ellington put his name in the chat, and then Ellie was right after him.
okay, so we are doing circle prospecting. And again, you can circle prospect around a new listing, an open house. You can set up the scenario however you want it, Matt.
Yeah. So, guys, for the purposes of today's call, let's do it around a new listing. And here's the cool thing, guys. Doesn't even have to be yours. That's the one thing I love about circle prospecting. You can be an agent day one in the business and call around Denny or one of my listings and just say, hey, property's on the market, blah, blah, blah. What I really want you to focus on today while making these calls is understanding it's not, this is the path of least resistance. There shouldn't be any sales resistance in these calls. You're calling to convey information, add value, and see what you can do to be of service, if anything. Adopt that mindset. So, yeah, new circle prospecting around a new listing. Michael, you're up first, and you get me.
Ring, ring.
Don't answer on the first ring.
Ring, ring.
He's going to learn. Hello.
Good morning. My name is Michael with Keller Williams. Am I speaking to the owner?
Retry that. It doesn't matter on circle prospecting.
Oh, okay. I was just calling to see. I have a listing over on Main Street, 123 Main Street. It's a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and it's 2,700 square feet, listed at $349,000. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. I think that one of my good friends lives next door to them. Yeah, so that's interesting to know. What do you got it listed at?
Oh, that's great. Right now we have it listed at 349,000. So it's very competitively priced in the area. It's one of the larger homes on the block, so it'll probably have a smaller pool of buyers, but it's very competitively priced. Let me ask you, who do you know that would? No, I don't want to. I don't want to.
All right, so I'm gonna ring. I'm gonna throw a flag, ring the whatever, ring the buzzer. Here's why.
Yes.
Couple things. Number one, you went on and on and on about the property without asking for the permission.
Yes.
Right? It's no different, guys. We still do it. It's like, but my circle prospecting is different. Hey, guys, or like, hey, Mike, this is Matthew with Keller Williams. You don't know me from Adam. This might not be for you, but can I run something by you real quick? And then you
Sure.
can tell me if we need to keep talking. Great. Listen, we got this property right around the corner. And I know you're going to tell me you're not moving. That's okay. But we just put this property on the market right around the corner. And it's always been my experience that the ideal buyer comes from a friend or a family member of somebody that already lives here. Who do you know that might have any interest about, moving in or out of the area? Notice how I didn't talk a lot about the property. Oh, it's this, it's this, it's this. And then the second thou shalt not that you performed was you kept talking about how competitively priced it was. What happens if you just offended me with that 349.9 price and you're talking about how it's competitively priced? In my mind now, you're giving stuff away. So if you're going to give the price, yeah, listen, Mike, it's listed at 349.9. What and then they're going to say something. It's listed at 349.9. Who do you know that might have any thoughts about, oh, 349.9, that seems kind of low. Well, what would you think that it would be? I would ask. What it gives you an opportunity to ask another question. So, the takeaway, you still got to get permission to have the conversation, guys, right? However you want to do that. Second thing, don't focus on the home details specifically because you just had 20 seconds of crap I don't care about. Okay. And then the third thing is always ask a follow up with, hey, well, who do you know? This might not be for you. I know you're probably going to stay here forever. Who do you know that would have any thoughts about moving in or out? Right?
Okay.
Okay. Is that you? So good there?
Over. Yeah. Yeah.
Again, and I appreciate you stepping up, Mike. Here's why. Because I can tell that you really want to learn every aspect of communicating over the phone. You want to become proficient, efficient, and a master of this. So you want to role play every scenario, and I want you to. Now I just want you to take this and memorize it and then internalize and personalize.
Thanks, man.
Denny?
Yeah, real quick. You guys, when you're making outbound calls, then they're not expecting it. Again, we're not making sales calls here. We're informational or inviting them to something. It doesn't mean you don't have a bull ride.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wondered if I was answering that phone, Michael, at some point in time, I thought you were trying to sell me the home. And that wasn't your goal.
Yes.
The other thing I want to advise you on, and I don't know why people do this to me all the time, Matt. Oh, I listen to the house over there and they give me an address. Addresses mean nothing to me. Notice how Matt introduced the home. It's around the corner from you. So don't call up. I just listed the house at 123 Birdbath Way. I mean, I don't know that address. So be general until you need to be specific.
Yes. And less is more. And TLDR of what Denny's saying is less is more. The less I talk about in a moment, the more I can talk about in an hour. So meaning this first 5 seconds, the less you vomited everything about the home in the first 20 seconds. Well, now what am I going to talk about for the next 30 minutes if I can keep this person on the phone? Right? So give them Brian Buffini always said, if you give it out in slices, it'll come back in loaves. So just give them slices and keep the conversation going.
Good job, Michael.
All right, Ellie, you ready to go?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, Ellie's an expert. Let's see what she's got. You're going to go with Denny.
Ring, ring.
You got me? Hello?
Hi. Is this the owner or I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I
Start
know
over.
it doesn't matter. Let me
Start over.
rephrase.
Start over.
So, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hello. This is Ellie talks with Keller Williams. I'm a local realtor and also a resident in this area. And I hope that you have some time for me. I have some news about something that's happening in your neighborhood. Do you have a moment?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the reason I'm calling, again, my name is Ellie. Whom do I have the pleasure speaking with?
My name is Denny.
Hi, Denny. Nice to meet you. So, Denny, the reason I'm calling is that just came on the market on 123 Main Street, a new property. I know the inventory is quite low in this area, and I was wondering if you are aware of it.
No, I haven't seen any new signs. In fact, they don't even allow signs in this community, so I was not aware of it.
Yeah, so it's a news listing. Do you know someone that might be interested in this? In something to buy, not you don't know all the details yet, but if you allow me, I can share that with you.
I don't really have the time now to have a conversation. So what do you want from me?
Oh no, just I'm doing like a courtesy to inform the neighbors about what's happening here in the area when the properties are sold, where they're coming up on the market. As I told you, I'm a local realtor and also a resident, and I'm serving my clients in this
So
way.
I don't
Throw a
really have
flag.
the flag. I don't really have the flag, Matt, but just being a participant, and I'll let you give the feedback. There was a minute she could cut out. And I would have liked to heard maybe up front, and maybe you can comment on this, Matt. Hey, I'm giving the neighbors the courteous of letting them know first. I want to know why am I standing here talking to a stranger?
Right. Yep. I gave you a lot of runway there, Ellie, because I was hoping I could see the sparks in your brain saying, Ellie, you're saying too much. Like I could see you talking to yourself and you were trying to find the off ramp, but you couldn't get there. Less is more. Yeah, you really have to tee off the circle prospecting with why the hell are we on the phone? Like get there as fast as possible. And so the example I gave with Michael, I'll give here. It doesn't matter who he is. So I actually, when I circle prospect, typically know the name of the owner that I'm calling. So I would, if you do, just go, hey, this wouldn't be Denny, would it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Denny, Matthew with Keller Williams, you don't know me from Adam. Can I, this is out of the blue. Can I tell you why I'm calling? And then you, if it's not relevant to you, I will hang up on myself. And then he's going to give me permission or not, whatever he says. But if you get the permission, go right into it. This might not be for you, Denny, but we just listed a home around the corner from you. And it's always been my experience that the ideal buyer comes from a friend or a family member of somebody that lives in the community. So again, I know you might be staying here forever, but who do you know that's had any thoughts about moving in or out of the area? Right? You get right to it. That was less than 30 seconds probably. And now we're at the point where we can have a conversation. Everything after that is conversational, right? But
Yes.
so you got to get right to it and then don't follow it up with the, well, I can give you more information about the property if you'd like. And do you know anybody that's looking? Like, do you know is a great way. If you want to end a conversation really fast, you know how like at a party where you have those awkward goodbyes where everybody's standing in this little congregative? Yeah, whatever. Anyways, they're standing in their little circles and everybody's trying to figure out like, how the hell do we get out of this circle? How do we go home? Well, if you ever want to do that, just ask well, do you know anybody looking to buy or sell real estate? That's a great way just to end it because it's so close-ended and they so better questions get better answers. No
Yeah,
such
if you're
thing
going to
as
ask that question, make sure you're on an elevator with a lot of floors to go up or down. You'll have a little time with them.
that's right, exactly. Um, so
That was, thank you.
I appreciate you doing it, Ellie, and stepping up. And I can see here's what I'm proud of you for. And I want to acknowledge you in front of everybody here. I'm proud of you because I can see when you go off the rails in a conversational way, like you use too many words. I can see even you are recognizing, crap, I'm doing it. How do I stop? So what we call that is conscious incompetence. So you're aware that that's a problem. That's half the battle. Okay? Good job.
Got it. Thank you.
Matt,
Thank
one
you
thing
so
I did
much.
like, she said something like, I live around the corner. If you have
Yeah.
some sort of reference to the geographic area, I specialize in this neighborhood. I live in this neighborhood. Not everyone can say that. So that would make you sound different. Don't you think, Matt?
100%. Yeah. Hey, listen, this is I'm your I call this lady, she lives over there, literally over there. Her name's Patricia. And when I sold her neighbor's house months back, I circle prospected around it. And I said, "Hey, Miss Patricia, you probably don't know me from Adam. I'm the dude that rides by on my bike with my wife at the hottest point in the day. I'm that crazy guy." She goes, "Oh,
The
yeah,
three-wheel
yeah.
bike, the three-wheel bike with the ringer on the handle, right?
That's right. Yeah, but see the drawing parallels now every time I ride by her, she goes, "Hey, oh, hey," and she takes my call. And so, yes, if you can relate, do relate and relate fast, meaning relate up front. Okay.
All
All
right, I
right.
think Elizabeth, with you.
We got Lori.
But Lori, Elizabeth is up first, I think. That's right. We get to
Oh,
Lori.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, no, that's Ellie. Ellie just went. Uh,
Oh,
Lori,
that's right. Lori's right.
you got me.
Ready?
Yep.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi. I'm sorry, I just got distracted. Hi. My, are we supposed to say, is this
You
the
can't,
owner,
you
or we
can,
don't say that?
so when I make my calls, I know the name, or at least I know who should be the owner. So
Okay.
I'll just say, "Hey, Lori."
Okay. All right. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Matt. This is Lori Sabatini. I'm with Keller Williams, and I'm reaching out because there's been some real estate activity in your neighborhood, and I actually live in the community. I was wondering if you had a few minutes to chat.
Yeah. I gotta hop into a meeting at 9:55. So you got a few minutes.
Okay, great. Well, I'm checking in with some nearby homeowners just to see if they've noticed that we've recently listed a home right around the corner. Have you noticed the listing?
Was I supposed to?
Um, Damn,
I'm setting you up.
you were so setting me up. Hold on. Um, well,
Well,
I'm
well, Matthew,
not necessarily.
Matthew, not necessarily. But it's been my experience that, you know,
Yeah. Okay.
neighbors kind of like to know what's going on. So that's why I ask.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up, Lori. No, I had no idea. I don't care. They're taking me out of this house in a pine box, and I'm like Santa Claus in this neighborhood. People hear about me, but they never see me.
Okay. So, um, no, was I supposed to? And then I'm gonna go into that. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, not necessarily, but it's been my experience that most homes sell from a neighbor who knows a family member or a friend that wants to move close by. So like I said, I just wanted to check in with some homeowners in the community and see who you might know. Do you have a family member, a friend that's looking to move into the area?
You just asked me two questions. So stay
Sure.
with it's okay. Let me give you real time feedback, and then we're going to jump back in. So it's been my experience. The ideal buyer for a home comes from a friend or family member of somebody already living here. Who do you know that's had any thoughts at all about making a move in or out of the area? And now I'm going to answer. Okay. I don't know anybody off the top of my head. Like I said earlier, they're going to take me out in a pine box. Um, but I really do appreciate you giving me a ring.
Of course. I'm really happy to hear how much you love the neighborhood. Um, uh, okay, of course, I'm really happy to hear how much you love the neighborhood. We'll be doing an open house next week, and I'd love to see you come by just in case you may talk to somebody in the grocery store that may have some interest in the community. Can I give you a ring back when we have our open house?
Yeah, you're welcome to give me a call back. You sound nice enough. Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay, great. Have a great day.
There was an opening there. There was an opening, and the opening was, hey, I appreciate you, Lori. I'm going to reverse the roles. You just told me you don't know anybody, okay? So you just told me I don't know anybody. You know, I hear that a lot, and if I heard you correctly, Lori, it sounds like they're taking you out of here in a pine box. So I'm sure you're probably going to tell me, Matthew, I'm literally never going to sell this house. I'm going to stay here forever. The last thing I need is a realtor. Am I on the right track? I am?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, hey, one more thing before I let you go. Out because it sounds like you don't need any help in the real estate world. What's one project you're working on right now that we might be able to contribute to in a positive way?
Nothing really.
Okay, got it. Well, what else in the world can we do to be valuable to you other than pound and sand?
Um, I can't think of anything.
Okay, great. And then if you want to do the open house plug, you can. The reason why I asked the pound sand question at the end when I already asked to add value, I just wanted you to laugh because
Yeah,
people don't ever remember what you say, but they remember how you make them feel.
yeah.
So just
I also think it makes it conveys that as an agent, we understand that you people get a lot of calls and they're not the most favorite calls of their day. So it kind of recognizes that you're
yeah,
meant
like
the other
self
person's
call
mindset.
self-deprecation. So I want to be self-deprecating to some degree. And then what I typically hope for when I ask a question, because I know Denny's probably going to ask, well, why would you ask a question of, what projects they're working on? I want them to be confused. Well, what do you mean? Well, what are you working on today? You mowing the grass? You painting the fence? Like, what do you got going on? It sparks another conversation. Remember, slices, give it out in slices. It comes back in loaves. I'm looking for any opportunity to have a conversation with them, even if it doesn't involve real estate, guys, right?
Yeah, is there any value I can provide you before we get off the phone today?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Or, we've done it before in the past. Hey, Lori, it sounds like, real estate's the last thing on your mind. However, what's one thing about the real estate world that you'd like to know that you don't right now?
That's a good one.
Right? So asking stuff like that keeps the conversation going. Denny?
Yeah, get ready. I think, Tanner, you were commenting. I don't know if you want to go, but I know that if you do, then we have Jason to go. One thing I want to ask you, Matt, is this, is I've been taking some notes. Let's say you're taking a listing in the neighborhood. Now, who knows about the listing besides you? The seller, maybe their immediate neighbor. So I wonder if you could leverage it, but have the greeting. Hey, listen, this isn't public information yet, Matt, but one of your neighbors is about ready to come on the market. And I wanted to tell you guys that are in that area about it first. Do you have a quick second?
Sure. Yeah, if you're asking, yeah, I like that.
Okay. Now, obviously, if it's on the market, you can't use that. But if you have a new listing coming up, why don't you leverage the new listing before the sign goes up? Because throughout these role plays, there's been an awkwardness. Hey, do you know the house down there around? No, I don't. I'm not even allowed to have signs.
Yeah.
There's an awkwardness when you ask them if they know about it. And most people in the role play so far don't.
Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to get you guys away from asking that question. Don't ask hey, have you seen it? That even if it's on the market, it doesn't matter. Stop. Don't do that. Like that's the hot stove. Don't touch it. It's because that is the death. That's the death of the conversation. That's the death of momentum. It's like, no, I haven't seen it. Crickets. Where do we go from here? Right? So and the last thing I'll say, and then Jason, you're on deck because Tanner doesn't want to go today. So we'll come back to it. I lost track of thought. See, I know you
yourself
all,
off.
Yeah, you all saw it fly out of my head there. Anyway, all right, Jason, where are you at?
I'm trying. There we go.
There
Ring,
we go.
ring.
Hello.
Hey, Denny, this is Jason Stan. I'm a local realtor, and I have a bit of an odd question for you. Do you like all your neighbors?
Well, first of all, how did you know my name is Denny?
How? Well, I looked it up. I assume that you're the owner of, your property there.
Well, if you were one of my neighbors calling me, I would say I like all my neighbors but one.
Well, would you like to get rid of them?
I'm not sure. I'm a little suspicious with that. That is a brick upside the head, according to the title of the book. But I'm a little bit suspicious on that question because it might be one of my neighbors asking if I like them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where I was going with this, Denny, is we had a house just listed in your neighborhood, and basically I'm calling because this is a chance for you to choose a neighbor. It's my experience that a lot of people that live in a neighborhood actually know a friend or family member who's in the market. So by chance, would you know somebody who's looking to live in your neighborhood?
Oh, I see what you're doing now. I understand. I didn't know where you're going initially. No, but I tell you what, this is homes don't come up here very often. I'll certainly keep it in mind. Then who are you again?
I'm Jason Stanton.
All right, Jason. Well, I appreciate you letting me know.
Yeah. Before I let you go, is there anything else I could add for value to you? Anything real estate related, or maybe even not real estate related?
I can't think of that right now. But I tell you what, if you're going to have the home open, let me know. I'd like to take a look at it.
Yeah, it's going to be open actually this Sunday from 2 to 4. Be great if you'd want to stop by. Love nosy neighbors who come check it out.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Look forward to meeting you. Appreciate it.
Here's the cool thing I really like about Jason's role play right there, because I know Jason actually makes calls. Jason, you, my friend, you just learned something. Guess what you learned?
Not sure.
What doesn't work?
Yeah.
And like I'm not being condescending. You literally just did what Matthew does all day, every day. I iterate. I've had so many calls like that with Denny, like meaning on people like Denny, where I'm like, oh man, I really made a mess of the bed this morning. Right. And it's like, it's okay though. It's okay. You tried something and it was like, it's like a comedian that, a comedian that doing stand up and they try a new joke and it doesn't land. They're like, all right, well, I'm going to cross that one off the list. That's all it is. But your
Well, it could be one
message,
of three things, Matt. It could be the joke, it could be the delivery, it could be the audience. I'm
right.
just kind of curious. How many people felt a little uncomfortable with that initial question? Or maybe it was just me. I was afraid to answer it.
It could, because some keep in mind that there are a lot of crazy people out there, guys. And Denny might just be one of those people in this scenario where he's a little self-conscious that his neighbors don't like him, right? And you just called him and said, hey, how do you like your neighbors? Like, so it's kind of that would be like a secondary or tertiary question. Once you get into the conversation, well, hey, the good news is I'm selling one of their houses. Which one don't you like? Or you can play with it, but not right out of the gate. That's why I'm saying you just learned an invaluable lesson. One way that approach doesn't necessarily work. However, you can massage it. So that's where I was going is now you just massage that. I didn't hate the conversation. You got to the gist of it. You got to well, who do you know? And because it didn't land the way you wanted it to, the conversation didn't like elongate, it didn't go on, but that's okay. So I really don't have additional feedback other than to say, now you just have to massage that. Figure out, like as you're writing in your joke book, figure out how you can because that's literally what I do. I've got Post-it notes on my screen of, okay, this gets said here, then you move this there. I think that could work. You just have to figure out, like Denny said, is it the audience, the delivery? What is it? So good job.
Can you come put Post-it notes on my screen?
Yeah, I can send you mine. They're literally like on the computer, like not like stuck on, like they're the notes on the computer.
I think that's the hard part I know I speak for myself and I probably speak for quite a few people that are just starting role play, is what do I say next?
Yeah.
Because especially when you throw us off, like I think I come into this and I'm like, okay, I got it. And then boom, first throw off. And I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, where do I go from
It's
there?
and that's you have to have more at bats is what when I get on coaching calls with clients, you have to have more at bats. You just have to learn more and more. And yeah, Ellie, or I'm sorry, not Ellie, Nicole Habashi said what kind of got to the gist of what I was trying to say, Jason. You the stars of Wichita, like the way in which you speak, I want to listen to you.
Yeah.
And the message isn't terrible. Like I said, you just got to play with the joke book a little bit and just massage it. Otherwise, phenomenal.